This is the New York Sports Machine on WICR.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Frank DiZenzo alongside soccer specialist Jacobo Aparicio, and this is First Touch. We're here to talk about anything and everything in the soccer nation, and right now, going on, we have the European qualifying stages for the Euro 2016 Cup. Now, there's a lot of pretty good games. I mean, not as special during the qualifiers because a lot of the big-name players don't really play, and you get to see a couple of different people to step out on the field. But two games that we're going to talk about here is Spain-Ukraine. Obviously, Spain taking that one 1-0, and England-Lithuania. England murdering Lithuania on the stage here, 4-0. So the first game we're going to get into is Spain-Ukraine. And how did you see this game going, and was it a little iffy towards the second half for Spain? Jacobo.
It was complicated to watch, honestly, because it was pretty boring. We gotta say it. This kind of games of the qualifiers are usually like this. Low rhythm. The players they have their minds in other competitions. They have their minds. I mean, we're in April. Everyone's focused in the Champions League, the end of the season, the end of whatever position you are in the league. You're trying to improve it. That's how soccer works, and every sport works. And you're not that focused on your national team, and even less in a competition that's gonna happen 1 year ago. In 1 year.
Right.
So it was kind of a low rhythm, but still Spain did their game. They possessed a lot of the ball. They had their options, and Morata, this guy is blessed, and and you can see it right now. Starting with Spain, who could have tell it a year or two ago,
Right.
anyone, and there you go,
Right.
Morata goal. And Ukraine also had their chances at the end of the game, but trying to press. Their strategy was clearly to try to wait during the game, try to get a short result, maybe losing, but only by 1-0 as it happened. And at the end, try to press as much as they could and try to get a positive result, and they almost get it.
Right. Now, one thing I want to touch upon since we're talking about Spain right here is several years back, Spain wins the World Cup. Then they win the Euro Cup. Now they come into the next World Cup, and they're out before the group stages even end. You know, now going into this Euro Cup, after seeing this game, I'm not very impressed. Now, I understand that there's a lot going on with the club teams, and everybody is focused on other things. But for Spain, a powerhouse in Europe, you know, it's one of the biggest nations out there, especially for soccer. Do you think that Spain could really, you know, come back behind Del Bosco and really, you know, show their dominance again in these Euro Cups?
It's really going to depend. I know it's going to sound as an excuse, but it's really going to depend in the injuries they have. Because key players of the future, as Thiago, for example, from Bayern Munich, are getting injured. Also, Muniain, they're getting injured and also not having the progression they should have. So that's the dangerous part of the next Euro Cup, because they're gonna have a good squad, but it's gonna depend on those youth players that are supposed to earn the future, if they are already gonna be able to play. And if Thiago was already in the field, it would be a whole new Spain. And let's see. The World Cup was pretty disappointing because that generation transition didn't happen. Del Bosque tried to maybe give credit to those old players that had won 2 Euro Cups and 1 World Cup. But let's see. I'm really positive about this new Spain if those changes are made quick, but also with a good transition.
Right. Now, the other game we're going to talk about here is England 4-0 over Lithuania. And, I mean, what a massacre, really, when you look at it. But there was one dilemma in the beginning, and it's between two strikers that, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have much problem with. You know, a striker from Arsenal and Danny Welbeck, and an up-and-coming star. I mean, one of my favorite players in the league, obviously plays for my favorite team, the Tottenham Hotspurs, Harry Kane. You know, the kid's got what a great story,
Yeah.
Overall, Danny Welbeck got the start, netted a couple goals, but Kane got his chance to shine as well. So, how do you think the fight for this starting position is really going to end up when it comes time for this for these national teams to step on up to a bigger stage?
I'm gonna give it to Kane. You know why? Because this guy's blessed, and this guy, the progression that he has and his story is all about self-motivation, about being ambitious and believing in himself. and this guy's. He can make whatever he wants.
Agreed.
He's like the one from the movie Unbroken, you know? It's going to be like that.
Now, do you think that coming in on the second half and, a back post cross and Kane heading this ball into the back of net, what kind of confidence does that give a player? Especially, I mean, I get it's a qualifier, and as we said, once again, people are focused on other things right now. But, I mean, his first goal on an English national stage, I mean, that's huge, So do you think that'll carry over onto more national games and he'll be able to, just basically take full ownership of that starting spot?
Absolutely, absolutely. This was a qualifier game, but for everyone, but for Kane. For Kane was like the final of the World Cup and the final of the Champions League, both in the same game. It was his game, and he killed it. He scored, and what else can he wish for?
Agreed upon. Well, guys, that's all the time we have here on First Touch. Thanks for joining us. Once again, I'm Frank DiZenzo alongside
Jacobo, Aparicio.
See you next time.